knows the new knowledge, so he from here. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. This sounds very precise.
Okay, my partner is a professor at Department of Sociology in Donghai, Taichung, and his main field is STS, Science Technology Society.
And this is Ji Ping. He teaches civics in Wesley School.
We miss somebody else. Yes, these two ladies. Make the circle, otherwise we don't see them.
So my friend is Aspecia. She studies computer science and AI technology, and she works in Dang now.
My friend here is San Un. That's, sorry for my Western pronunciation. Apparently San means fortunate and Un means morning sun, but it can also, sun can also mean floating, and Un can also mean cloud. So it's either the fortunate morning sun or the floating cloud, which is beautiful, I think. But yeah, so she studied philosophy and arts in Leiden. She did her master in Leiden, in the Netherlands. And she's a photographer and makes video art.
So everybody feels introduced. I want you just to notice one thing. That in the moment we got up from the table and came here, we changed a lot the situation we were before. So that situation, there is somebody that talks and I listen, becomes a different thing if you start to follow a crazy Italian up on stage. And now that we have somehow introduced, at least we know one person that we didn't know before, with some exceptions. So just notice this mentally and come with me, please. I would like to bring you around a bit to finish our tour. Today we're going to do some very technological stuff. Be careful here, there is the cables. So put your feet up like this, not to fall on the cable. There is another, exactly what I meant. And there is another very big draft of air conditioning. That's because the building is very big, I guess we need that. And then we have tables, it's 8 tables, I think, if I count well. All right, so now what we're going to do is going to go outside. So I will leave this microphone here, and I bring you with me outside. So you hear my voice? So, thank you very much for having followed me into this little experiment. Now, I want just to focus on two things that I tried to give you as an experience and not as a theory. The first thing is that situations, that's to say, a time, a space, some people, some conditions, we say condizioni al contorno in Italian, some border conditions, I think is in English. So, for example, what is the time of the day, or things that you would not say in the first instance as part of the situation. Who's there, if I know this person or not. Change and flow. We could say flow in this case as a guided, because I guided you to flow from one situation in which there were very precise groups of people around tables to a situation in which we have a knowledge of each other and a knowledge a little bit different of the space. So this is what I call in analysis of multimedia projects, I call situation-based analysis. When you analyze the situation and its flow, that's a situation analysis. Okay, so there is the assessment of a situation, the analysis of the situation. In terms of show or interaction design or magic, if you want, what happens is that you try to create, you can give instructions to people or give instructions to computers, or you can create a situation that automatically will change a certain type of parameters in the behavior of people. One very simple example that everybody knows is the elevator. You take the elevators with people you don't know, you maybe say good morning, and then you start not to look in the eyes. Mostly for any culture is like this, until the elevator blocks at a random floor and you are stuck in the elevator with that person. The situation changes and you start talking with that person. There was a very, very famous experimental psychology experiment based on this. Let's say behavioristic psychologists, that is people you should avoid in any case because they're terrible, are built long careers on this kind of things. It is actually also how it works when they send you to war to shoot to other people. They create a situation in which the only thing seems reasonable to do is to shoot to another idiot like you that she's shooting at you. The obvious example for us European is the First World War. The whole mechanics of war was constructed to oblige people to shoot other people. That's constructing a situation that will create a behavior. Please consider we were talking about Plato. I mean, I was not talking really about Plato, I just mentioned his name. Consider that more or less at the time of Plato, a little bit before, in Athens, they passed to be a city to a little empire. And they started to celebrate Dionysius in a different way. That was the theater. So they constructed the theater for having performances, right? So they created a situation in which the honor of a god was telling a story. This can be of interest. Now, what is happening now is that we are trying to set up a thing that will allow us to experiment with three basic components of the technology we have developed. The first is value. The second is perception of data. And the third is construction of situations that can be interesting for analysis. How would you call it, Rob? How would you call it that? Play. So the third is play. Jeremy, che famo? Ok. Sì, vediamo. Okay, we're trying to demonstrate you DAOs. DAOs is first software that has been coded by Jaromil, that is this guy here. some time ago with the intention of adding to the devices of IoT one basic component that was missing. That is the on-off button. Usually these devices via Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi has an antenna, your computer attaches to that antenna, exchanges